Okay, so this is my system on MetaTrader 4. It doesn't look good when I do it this way, when I have it all. It looks better if you have split screen with a couple, because it's so elongated. It doesn't look right. It's not good for trading, but I'm just going to leave it that way, just because I'm doing other stuff and I don't have time to mess with anything. But you can see here that this was trading below, on a 5-minute time scale, it's trading below the resistance on the SPY. So now if we change that over to the chart I've been watching more, is hourly time frame. You have a gap up, but look, we're above the support here. Okay, this never broke below that key support, and I drew this line here a long time ago. For some reason, it must be pretty significant. So this level right here is holding. It actually bounced at that level, so I drew this before that happened right there. So we have that support. I think because it goes back to a long line of support back here. I don't know what my reasoning was, but going back here, we don't see the gap, and that's because this is the S&P. Now, we change it to hourly. It looks like a mess right there. I have too many lines on the chart there, but you don't see the gap, and you have kind of a similar pattern. Okay, but the difference is the S&P is pretty much trading 24 hours here, because it's not the US SPY. So you got the gap there. So right in here, this system is basically catching what this is doing before the gap. It's trading above. So pre-market, you can watch if you don't have access to after-hours SPY market. You can look on MetaTrader S&P 500. Okay, this is IFC markets. Unfortunately, they only don't allow US customers, so you have to figure out a way to get their data if you are a US customer. So demo accounts are less critical than live. I'll let you figure that out. But you see that is trading above support. That's all I wanted to point out. Is this thing, unlike over here, there is no gap. There is no gap in the data in the S&P 500, which a SPY is basically based off of. So it is a nice clean pattern right here. You could see there's some buy indicators. Look at this. The symbol of death right there, that's a buy signal right there. Okay, this thing is trading above support, but now it's breaking down, but before the gap up. So it's almost 10 a.m. Sometimes that happens the first 30 minutes approximately. It will, trade in one direction, then suddenly reverse. Looks like we got some action going on here. You have a previous sell right back in here. Okay, after this thing started breaking down, and the interesting thing about it is you see this. Let me move this out of the way some. Right here, that tall tail and what looks like kind of like a doji right there, that is a big sell coupled with a signal shoot. Okay, when you see that right there, okay, and then the way that opened right there, about even with the body, and then it's not going up and it has a sell signal, yeah, that thing's breaking down. Well, how far will it break down is the question. Do we have volatility, or are we going to start trending down now? Okay, so hourly, let's take a look at the hourly. Okay, this looks like garbage right now. I need to fix that. But yeah, that is not so great. I don't know why I have so many lines in my chart, but that doesn't look good. All right, so yeah, this thing looks like a mess. We have a cut in the step right there. We have a cut in the step. So it looks like a mess. Okay, it's holding above this support right there. I mean, how obvious is that that's a key level of support right there. All right, so this is a key level right here, right about in here. If it starts trading below that, this thing, I would be more worried, but this all has implications of going up at the moment still, although it looks very top heavy. That's all I will say there, but this is a really ugly pattern. Looking over at Bitcoin still getting jacked up, daily time frame looking at here. Bitcoin is getting jacked up, okay? I don't like charting Bitcoin in lower time frames, but anyways, I was watching this level right here. So as long as it's trading below this level, it has cracked a key support area. Bitcoin looks like it's toast. Maybe they'll pump it up. We'll see. You know, everything is manipulated. They say crypto isn't, but I don't know. What do you say? Look at gold. Gold is insane. It dipped. It dipped down to here. I thought something was going to happen, but now that it's made that massive move down from there, okay, right in there, they have that peak. It has that peak. The price action right there. All right, now we have something going on. This is the weirdest looking chart, right? Daily gold. Look at this. What does this resemble? It resembles what? A hockey stick pattern. This is insane runaway pattern going on here. It is actually kind of scary to watch. That it means that the other markets, they're considered unstable since everything is rushing to gold, it seems. So I don't see what the great lure of gold is. It's practically useless in an industry except for electronics, but they have other stuff they could use in electronics. I guess it has specialized uses in like medical and stuff, but yeah, crazy, isn't it? Okay, then a sneak peek over here at Ethereum. You can see Ethereum made what I call little tweezer tops. I don't know if that's what they actually call them, but whenever you see this, you see these long tails, and then it opens up like that. That is a clear sell opportunity. And sure enough, I used to be really good at trading Ethereum. I would still be right in here. You see towers right there with a previous probe. Okay, you see a tower, that's a sell indication. And you have the probe on the other candle, the tall tail. Okay, see the tall tail, that's a probe up. And then you have a tower there. And then after it breaks down, you see it breaking down, sell signal starts to trade down and form resistance. Okay, maybe it'll start doing some volatility stuff just as I show it being weak. It's starting to say, I want to go up. But there is resistance right here. It's got to get above that first level of resistance. It is going to have a hard time, I think. We'll see what happens. Ethereum versus the US dollar. The US dollar is beating it up right now. Have some low right in here. It's threatening that low. There's a possibility, say it's starting to weaken. This is a possibility that it will break down and break through that low. Right now, the short-term momentum is against Ethereum. If you're interested in this system, it's $500. I'll send it to you. There's no refunds. I send you all the stuff you need and a comprehensive manual that you can look up in all the trending patterns. You will get this indicator down at the bottom, which is key indicator, and the support and resistance indicator. $500 through Cashapp is the preferred method. I also have another version for Thinkorswim that is also $500.